The Bridge of Calafat is considered the main entrance gate in Romania through the southern part of the country. It connects Romania and Bulgaria over the Danube and is part of the pan-European corridor of transport that links Germany to Turkey and Greece. The international airport of Craiova, one of the most important airports of Romania, is transited by almost 500,000 passengers yearly. It operates both passenger traffic and airplane movements in the southwestern part of the country. Craiova is a city with a 600-year-old history, and the Museum of Oltenia is the very place where the past of the region comes to life. Another department of the museum is that of natural sciences. The impressive prehistoric fossils start at the root of this museum. A real landmark of the Romanian world of museums is the Art Museum of Craiova, located in Jean Mihail Palace. The edifice shelters important collections of works of art, including a permanent exhibition showing the works of the greatest Romanian sculptor, Constantin Brâncuș. We have to go back to Calafat for another important museum in Dolj County, where we discover the Art and Ethnography Museum inside the Marincu Palace. The construction of a really refined architecture was built according to the designs of the French architect Paul Gauthieron, renowned in Romania at the beginning of the 20th century, when he also designed other emblematic buildings of the country, including Jean Mihail Palace, where we have just admired the Art Museum of Craiova. You cannot talk about theatrical art in Romania without mentioning Marin Sorescu National Theatre in Craiova. The theatre is also the host of innumerable cultural events that attract a large and enthusiastic audience every time. Craiova is the most important university center of Oltenia too, its faculties teaching over 30,000 students every year. The largest and best-known recreation space is undoubtedly the Romanescu Park. Though it has an area of about 100 hectares, the park sometimes gets overcrowded, as it is the favorite walking place of the local inhabitants. In 1900, the designs of the park were awarded the gold medal at the Universal Exhibition of Paris. It is located in the southern part of the city, its arrangement beginning in 1901, being finished 3 years later. The Romanesco Park also has, besides the spaces with ornamental trees and shrubs, a lake of about 4 hectares. The old center of Craiova is one of the emblematic places of the city. The development of the settlement started here a long time ago, being placed at the crossroads of commercial routes that cross the country from north to south and from east to west towards the Occident. If the stadium of the University of Craiova were called Sagrada Familia, it would probably best illustrate the spirit and passion generated around the most beloved football club in Romania. The new stadium, called Ion Oblemenko, is the temple of the Oltenian football, the place where each week, on the football field, but mainly in the stands, the fans live the most consuming passion for sport. Close to this beautiful stadium of Romania is located the multi-purpose sports hall of Craiova. The production spaces of Craiova's industrial park shelter a great number of firms whose products are highly appreciated. The famous electric ET Wow scooters are produced here. Softronic carries on a tradition which started 50 years ago in Craiova, being now the only producer of electric locomotives in Romania. Ford is the third great producer that, over the years, decided to invest in the development and production of some new models in the factory of Craiova. After the French people of Citroën and the Koreans of Daewoo, the American Ford, with its innovative Puma model, seems more determined than ever to enlist the factory in Dolj County among the important car manufacturers in this part of Europe. Romania has reached top 20 greatest cereal producer in the world in recent years, obtaining almost 4.3% of the world production. Dolj County, with an agricultural area of about 590,000 hectares, is one of the most important agricultural producers of the country. The Crown Estate wine cellar in Segarcha, a word that means dreamland in Latin, was built in the shape of a Greek cross and bore from the start noble insignia, the royal family's coat of arms and the wreath of lilies that decorates the entrance. Currently, there is produced here a wine selection that is really royal, which supports the saying that a vineyard which was loved and respected gave its king everything that was best. The winding bank of the Danube is a place which can offer unforgettable experiences to those looking for the wild areas of Dolj County. Located only a few kilometers from civilization, the Danube Meadow hides landscapes of a rare beauty. Under the forest crown, sometimes flooded by the Danube water, nature lovers can find a real refuge here. It is the place where those looking for a shady spot in the unbearable heat of the summer can hide safely. The Baskov Beach, with its gentle breeze and the coolness of the forest nearby, outlines an irresistible destination for all those choosing to escape the hot concrete walls of the cities. On every sunset, the silence that falls on the beaches of the Danube bank is only disturbed sometimes by a cruise ship crossing the river to and fro. The Whitsuntide dance called Kalushul is probably the oldest and most mysterious traditional Romanian dance. You can still find groups of such dancers in Dolj County practicing this form of ancient ritualistic dance, though nowadays it is interpreted mainly on the stage. It is a ritual aiming at protecting all the things on earth and healing everybody. This unique phenomenon is strictly passed from one generation to the next, and the dancers' belief in this ritual is unwavering. The fame of Maglovit village surpassed the borders of Dolj County ever since the interwar period. The man who brought fame to this village on the bank of the Danube, changing it into a real pilgrimage site, was Petrache Lupu, a shepherd who had more visions about God. Winter has covered both the fields where once the ripe wheat spices were swinging and the winding banks of the Danube, changing everything into a seemingly endless white surface. The lapsing of time follows its natural course. The fields and forests, embraced by the gentle heat and soft hues of autumn, are now temporarily taken over by the cold breath of winter.